I'll be honest though, like, this is gonna sound horrible. After 60 hours in this game, there's still nothing that's replaced the feeling that I would have if I re-downloaded Assassin's Creed Revelations and was just casually playing through that. Like, there...
して、母のことは
探す。時が来たらな。
留守は任せろ。
Thanks.
安家までおらなくなれば、純次郎がまた騒ぐじゃろ。
大切なものだ。守ってやりたい。いつでもな。
じゃあな。
見つけたぞ。
やっと私の新しい頭巾を脱いだか。
おとみが脱げと言うから、かぶったまま走ると頭巾に目を追われ転げるとな。
お主にはまだ大きい。
今はな。けど俺もすぐ大きくなって。
大きくなると大変じゃぞ。分かっとるのか？
平気だ。やってできぬことはない。
That's cute. It's pretty good.
この地に争いの火種が絶えん限り、加藤州の戦いは続く。
You know, like, the story's better than at least half of the other Assassin's Creed games. So that's good. It's like if Disney wrote an Assassin's Creed game, you know, with... I mean, there are some parts that, like, even Disney wouldn't have wrote it that bad. Like, there was some parts that were, really gnarly, right? There was some parts that were, pretty gruesome. And I was like, yeah, you know, it was necessary for the storytelling and stuff. There wasn't anything that was quite shocking, except for right after Act 1. When you find out what Naoe did, and even though, you know, besides that, the old man and Jinjiro took care of her, and, Yasuke also betrayed, like, homegirl, you know, just as many bad things has happened to her, unfortunate is, you know, other things she did to other people, right? And so, like, as the wheel turns. And, like I said, I didn't understand the insane moral dilemma they gave her in the beginning, and I still don't really. That was the one thing that threw a wrench in it for me. I guess it was, like, realistic, though, like, how she would just go from, like, living, like, a normal life, like a farmer girl who just knows how to, like, kind of protect herself and do samurai or shinobi-like things, and then suddenly she's, like, actually assassinating people and stuff like that, right? Yeah, I feel like it's got a lot of charm to make up for the places that it's bland. There's like very you know, like cool, heartwarming things, and they make sense. Is just super fucking safe, like the most safe thing in the world. There was room for shock. There was plenty of room to just put in some, like, the biggest shock, the biggest risk they took was just Yasuke as a character. and then they didn't take any other risks, I feel, throughout the other game. Like, the whole game. Like, the whole game, any risk, the story, anything that was shocking, anything that was, like, oh my gosh, right? It was just, if you know, are someone who's just like, oh, Yasuke, oh, black guy in Japan, oh, this doesn't make sense, blah, 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 blah. But it obviously does as you're playing the game. You know, how he got here and everything like that. You see that now. That is completely fleshed out by the end. Um, you know, is the Portuguese, obviously. I mean, who would have thought anything less, right? He came over with those. And it's a very. Here's the reality of it is like the reason why that could have totally actually happened in history. I'm not saying he would have ended up becoming a samurai with Nobunaga and everything. That don't. A lot of that just don't make sense. They just wrote that in the story because that was convenient for them. But what I'm saying is, it makes sense how he would have ended up in Japan because he was just on one of those Portuguese ships, and, you know, whatever happened with the dude thought that he was grabbing his papers. They didn't have to be Templar papers. This didn't have to be anything that have to do anything about Assassin's Creed, right? That could have been real. But yeah, like the chance that a guy randomly, after being, you know, brought here as basically a slave, but then like getting randomly picked up in the sea and getting to shore and like making a life for himself in which he learns all of these, you know, awesome things of, you know, wielding a sword and all these swords masters that taught him everything that he knows. Like, he could have done it, yeah, totally, but yeah, you know, it's definitely would have been a long shot. So, you know, it's fiction. It's like I said, it's like if you asked Disney to write a feudal Japan story. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, it's two young people they have to avenge their parents, and they do that, and um yeah, no, totally. I would be scared of that. Yeah, like his character makes sense, and like once his character is fully fleshed out and you understand everything, you know, I enjoyed both of them from the start. I don't think there was much of a problem. I know obviously plenty of people have much of an issue with it. I think it was a cool creative twist. I just wish that their risk taking with Yasuke was not like the only risk taking they took with the whole story. And I feel like there's more things that probably happened, and there's further depiction of feudal Japan. There's things that are missing that aren't, like, they make it seem like it's brutal, and, you know, there's barely any rules and people are just freely killing people and running around. But I don't know, there's a level of they did it. I don't understand why they seem, with the Assassin's Creed games that they made that are anywhere over in Europe, they did well with the world depictions of like the culture and the people, I feel. And in this, I guess it was them trying to be super respectful to Japan, but like, yeah, the culture is like super beautiful, and it's depicted accurately in a way, but it's missing some things. And like I said, I just feel like it's like if you were to compare earlier Star Wars movies to how the Star Wars movies are now. So Star Wars movies now, they have better graphics. It's a kind of interesting story. The fight scenes are insane, you know, like you want to watch it just because it looks super cool, but the story's so blah. And then it's like you watch one of those, older, okay, alright, the wind's picking up. You watch one of the older Star Wars movies, and it's like, there's some grit about it, you know, there's the story's intense and a little bit more brutal, and it feels more immersive, like you care more about it. Like, example, earlier Game of Thrones, right? Like, final Game of Thrones season, absolute ass, the worst thing ever. This isn't that bad. This isn't like, if you, let's say earlier Assassin's Creed games or earlier Game of Thrones episodes, and then this is the, like, let's compare this to the final Game of Thrones episode. This isn't as bad as the final Game of Thrones episode as far as like story wise. It's like if they wrote out, it's like, imagine the final Game of Thrones episode, but instead of doing what like a lot of people wanted, they just left it off on like some sort of like huge cliffhanger instead. And not saying that's what's in the story, I'm just saying, like, imagine like ripping that out. It's just, it would have made it bland, right? Because the final Game of Thrones episode and all of that, it like wrapped everything up. But I've like, there was a conclusion here, I guess, but I'm just like, okay, like, it was like the safest conclusion in the world, and now we're just like, oh, okay, like their stories are gonna continue, you know, they kind of fulfilled their purpose, and now like they have more things to do, you know, like the world keeps spinning, and she just kept her promise, and he Yasuke avenged his mom, she got the box back, she might figure things out with her mom. I feel like that's just the main thing. Like, yeah, like I have still another person I could have added to the league. I don't know. Oh, really? Like something crazy like that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, like they could have done like crazy shit anywhere along the way. They could have did something like Hanzo was actually her like real dad. I was waiting for him to say that he and her mom actually like did date or something behind her dad's back, and that he was her dad, and that like he felt bad forcing her dad to raise her. That would have been tea. Like, I don't know who there at Ubisoft was like writing shit and everything, but like, do they know that they missed a huge fucking opportunity to make like some fucking like, oh, like M. Night Shyamalan tea, where like all they had to do is be like, Hanzo was actually your dad, but your mom Suyu, I think that see you, I don't know how to say it, her mom and the guy who raised her, like, he let that happen because she felt bad, like, not making an actual, like, that she like kind of liked him, but she like loved her dad, you know, the guy who raised her, more. So she decided to stay with him and made him believe that Naoe was his child, but like actually it was Hanzo, you know, like they could have done something like, and that would have been like, oh shit, oh my fucking god, like, oh my, and then like, I don't know, like something, yeah, but no, like, they just so safe and chill and bland, and and then I had to wait all the way until yeah. Anyways. Well, that's all fun and cool, and now I'm done. Game is done. Progress further in the story? What do you mean? What further is there? I did the game. I saw the credits. They congratulated me. I mean, I get it. Yeah, there's a bunch here, and I probably will. I probably will spend more time in this game. I want to do the DLC whatever that is. I don't know. I don't know what else. I just guess I need to play more or something, or maybe the DLC isn't out yet. I would assume they wouldn't just have the DLC out immediately, right? Like, they'll wait a while and then release that, and that'll be, like, a thing. Because why would they... they wouldn't just put that out with the game and then not use that as an opportunity to just, like, re-announce something. So, yeah. You know, we'll play the DLC and stuff like that. Because I do want to see what's up with her mom. I want to see the tea. That's, like, some actual tea, I feel, but... It was fun. I like it. Like, the gameplay is, it's really nice and enjoyable, and then when you're playing that way, you feel like you're really playing, like, you know, Assassin's Creed, like, old-fashioned. I'm be honest, though, like, this is gonna sound horrible. After 60 hours in this game, there's still nothing that's replaced the feeling that I would have if I re-downloaded Assassin's Creed Revelations and was just casually playing through that. Like, there... No, it wasn't... No. Like, we got there kind of, like, a little bit in, like, Origins, Mirage, you know? Like, we were getting real close. And now I feel like we're so far again. Yeah, the story in Origins was way better than the... Oh my fucking gosh. Ugh. Assassin's Creed Origins story is way better than this, I have to say. It's just much more heart-wrenching. This is like I said, it's like a Disney movie. And that's okay, but I don't know what happened. I don't know where they... So close, yet so far away, you know? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to bed.